Yo, what's up, guys? We are going to be going through some quick plays for the later games. So, looks like the only game that's halfway interesting is the Texans coming back. I mean, maybe Ravens game is a little interesting, but whatever. We got some games starting here in a bit, so we're going to go through some plays, and we've had some okay starts, some correlated plays that have gone decent. But without further ado, let's kind of check out what is available right now. So we can go here and we can start out. There were some good plays on Jock Market, some plays on the Underdog Fantasy. So we can take a look at Underdog Fantasy, maybe to start out. So let's go here. And then we just want to go to the Fantasy Optimizer. And we can take a look at Prize Picks and Underdog. So the first play that looked really good, I already included it with this Underdog promo. So they have a promo available on CJ Stroud, like some discounted pair. I'm not sure if it's still available, but the first play that looks really good on Underdog that you may want to go with is Travis Kelce under 7.5 receptions. So you can see this plays also on Jock Market. But if you don't use Jock Market, you'll see it kind of come up on Underdog. But Jock Market has a little bit better payouts than Underdog. But regardless, like this play looks solid, right? Underdog Fantasy is one of those platforms where, you take a player's over, you take a player's under, you're going to get the exact same payout, right? So like here, if I take Travis Kelce to go over or under Underdog Fantasy, they always give you this 6x payout for 3-pick entries. So the strategy for beating them is, pretty simple. Like you just want to find spots, just like this play on Kelce, where sportsbooks have an under really heavily favored. That's how you beat these fixed payout sportsbooks, right? Just like Underdog Fantasy. They don't change your payout based on you selecting over, versus under. You're always getting a 6x payout. So you just want to compare their lines to those on the sportsbooks, find spots where, sportsbooks have an under really heavily favored. So this is the first play we'll go with. Travis Kelce under 7.5 receptions. You can see it's actually the top play available. Travis Kelce under 7.5 receptions. It looks like the market has in general been moving towards his under as well. So that's the first play we can go with. And then we can go back to this little fantasy optimizer. And we have Zach Ertz over 3.5 receptions, right? So this is the same kind of thing. I mean, it's pretty clear too. You can pull up, this betting tool right here is called the OddsJam Sportsbook screen. It just kind of shows you where all these books are setting lines. Whoops. Let me go back to it. So if we go back here, right, it's this sportsbook screen. And you can see Zach Ertz, like all the other fantasy sites, right, like Jock Market, Prize Picks, ParlayPlay, they're all being smart. They all have his line at 4. I don't know why I keep scrolling away. So all of them have his line at 4, Prize Picks, right? ParlayPlay, all these other like fixed payout platforms like Underdog Fantasy. And then all the sports books have his, over 3.5 heavily favored. So we want to go to Ertz and we want to take him over 3.5 receptions, right? Clear as day, at least in my opinion. It's like, okay, like all these sports books have his line at 4. All the other fantasy sites like Prize Picks have his line at 4. All the sports books have his line at 3.5, but they have his over, really heavily favored. So it's like, okay, like that seems like a good play to go with. So we can also go over to Prize Picks. So those two plays seem good. We can see, are there any TD lines available? Jalen Hurts. I've explained before, a lot of these, all the chili pepper ones I've looked into suck. So those aren't worth going with. But you can see, okay, we got this play on Zach Ertz. We can check out like, okay, Mixon, any value in Mixon. If you wanted to take Mixon, you'd want to lean to bet his over. Looks like his over is pretty heavily favored on these sports books. Him to score a touchdown. But anyways, let's go here. We want to go to Ertz. And we want to take this over. So again, this game's obviously about to start. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it down in time. So maybe we go over to Prize Picks. We kind of got to focus on the 125 games at this point. But we can get rid of some of these markets and we can kind of take a look. Not a ton available on Prize Picks. Not really. It looks like the best play on Prize Picks available right now is in the 49ers game. So Sunday Night Football, Isaiah Oliver under 4.5 receptions. So if you look at Prize Picks here where, Minka Fitzpatrick just screwed me over. But if we go here and we look at this player, Isaiah Oliver, we'd want to take his under on Prize Picks. You can see all the sports books, have him very heavily favored to go under 4.5 tackles plus assists. So that's really the main way you're going to get an edge on these fantasy platforms. So you can see they already started. So we're going to look for stuff for the night game as well as Monday Night Football. But if we take a look here, right, tackles plus assists, all the sports books, DraftKings is right here. He's heavily favored to go under 4.5 tackles plus assists. So again, how's this other crap looking? So I know we gave out this play yesterday. So some close calls here, but some decent starts. Fucking Hobbit with 13 headshots. I mean, maybe some 4 for 5s here. Chris Boswell not helping us out. I mean, a lot of good starts, but some crappy starts. But we'll see how it goes. But anyways, what was I going to say? CD Lamb, strikeouts plus receptions. So we can take a look at this. We can take a look at a lot of these plays. Justin Jefferson. Yeah, so, I mean, there's not a ton of value here on Prize Picks right now. It really just looks like this play on Isaiah Oliver. Then we have a play, on Russell Wilson under 30 passing attempts. So again, Prize Pick strategy, it's the same as Underdog. They don't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under. Right? Over versus under, you're still getting a 3x payout for a 2-pick entry. So you just want to compare the lines on Prize Picks to those on the sports books. So if you have anything, obviously you want to pair with Isaiah Oliver, go ahead and do it. I just don't see a ton of crap out there that I'd like to bet. So let's go back to Underdog. Underdog Fantasy, there's that play on Kelsey. But again, there's just not a ton of value in the market, which is beat. But we can see, do they have any other TD lines? Again, sometimes Underdog has really good TD lines. Not that. So Kyron Williams, for example, that's not a chili pepper one. We can take a look at him. Well, it looks like the game started now. What the heck? So we're going to have to refresh this to get rid of these players where the game has started. Isaiah Pacheco. So I thought this play was very good. I'm honestly surprised it's still up. So if you take a look at Pacheco, he's a very big favorite, right, to not score a touchdown. Plus minus 158, minus 150. All the sports books, not a ton of sports books post odds, two-way markets, post odds on an under for player touchdowns. But you can see, all these books have Isaiah Pacheco heavily favored to not score a touchdown. So that seems like a pretty good play that we could go with in our entry. So you could pair both of these together. I mean, they pair kind of well together too, right? If Pacheco, doesn't score a touchdown, the Chiefs probably aren't driving the ball well, and Travis Kelce probably isn't getting a lot of receptions. So that play actually pairs quite nicely. And then if you wanted to, whatever, you could throw in one of these esports plays. So something like this, maybe halfway decent. Underdog Fantasy is just they keep adding all these new betting limits. So you're going to see they tell me, oh, you've hit your betting limit on Travis Kelce. And then if I try to bet this, they're going to tell me you can only have one entry with Travis Kelce in your slip. So I'm not going to be able to bet this Travis Kelce play again. But there are some other TD plays that I'm sure, what else looks decent. So Pacheco, anything else for the night games? Justin Jefferson, we take a look at. There really wasn't any value in Justin Jefferson. Rushing TDs, McCaffrey. Anything. Devontae Adams. So I think the Devontae Adams play was halfway decent. I mean, nothing to write home about, but you can see he's an underdog to score. Only one sports book you can see here is giving you a two-way market on Devontae Adams. For Monday Night Football, it's just these books haven't posted lines yet. But you can see he's a big underdog, right, to score a touchdown, minus 155. So this seems like a halfway decent play that we could go with. So we could throw $100 on it. Pacheco's heavily favored to go under. Devontae Adams heavily favored to go under. Granted, you don't have a ton of data points for Monday Night Football just because not a lot of sports books have dropped lines already. So we can go here. I mean, Prize Pick's a little dry. Damn, it looks like there's some good plays though on Jock Market. Whoa, 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 whoa. So this looks like a crazy play on Jock Market. I mean, whoa, just crazy. So if you look at Breece Hall rushing attempts, I mean, we're like creating our own Taco Tuesday. What are they doing? They have his line at 14. Breece Hall's line at 14 rushing attempts. Damn, right? That's crazy. All these other books have his line at 13, 13 and a half, 12 and a half. So that can be the first play we go with. Is we can take Breece Hall under 14 rushing attempts, which is, I mean, this play is crazy good, right? Like, this is the benefit, too, of having multiple sports books, is you really never know, what the hell? I mean, there are so many plays popping up on Jock Market. So you have Dak Prescott over 228 passing yards. I assume this may be a promo or something. Yeah, so this is part of a promo. Dak Prescott over 228 passing. And then the Kelsey play, I assume already moved. Yeah, they already moved the Kelsey play. But I mean, so what we could always do is we could take, Dak over, right? We want Breece Hall under. And then, these first two plays are so good. And this is a promo play, of course. So maybe we just take Wheeler over 15 outs. And that can be our little 3-pick entry. And it's only a $20 max bet size because it's a promo. But Wheeler, I mean, just taking these top 3 plays, this is a promo play. And then this play on Breece Hall, I mean, is just incredible. I mean, that's crazy. 14, 13, like, it's crazy how fragmented and inefficient, the sports betting market is. Like, it's crazy. Like, if you think about it as a trader or something, like the price of a stock, you go to Fidelity, E-Trade, Robinhood, you're basically going to see the same price, right? Maybe there's some discrepancies. Maybe there's some discrepancies in like what fees they charge, but in general, like, you're going to see the price of Facebook. If you look up the price of Facebook or something, it's always going to be the same, $315.43. Like, this will be the price on Robinhood, E-Trade, Fidelity. Whereas the reason sports betting is so profitable is the market is so fragmented. I mean, right? Like, you have books setting this line at 13, 13 and a half, 14, 12 and a half. Like, it's absolutely crazy. So as like someone who's a data-oriented, sharper, better, it's pretty easy to see like, hey, this play on Jock Market has a really good edge, right? All these other fantasy sites, Underdog Fantasy has him 1.5 points lower at 12.5, right? On Prize Picks, ParlayPlay have him at 13. Hot Streak, 13.5. So pretty clear value there. But anyways, we'll call it a day for now. Doesn't look like there was a ton of other value. Is there any plays on Fliff? So what's nice about Fliff is a sports book, kind of legal everywhere. But I don't see a ton. Looks like the best play is on Addison. Anything on ParlayPlay? So we can check out ParlayPlay too. So typically I just kind of go through book by book. I mean, then I'll kind of like, whatever. I'll check out the arbitrage tool. Arbitrage is, the strategy I use to start sports betting. It's a great strategy. It's essentially when, these sports books get so out of sync that you can bet equal and opposite outcomes to make a risk-free profit. When sports books get so super out of sync that you can bet equal and opposite outcomes to make a risk-free profit. But it's a super janky website on Hot Streak, which is the book I'm trying to load. But you can see they screw up a lot of lines. Like, they have Travis Kelce plus 150 to not score a touchdown, which is really good value. I mean, as we'll kind of be able to see if their site loads. All these other books, I mean, again, most books don't post two-way markets. But you can see here, like, plus 105 on Fliff, plus 110 on Hard Rock. So getting plus 110 on or 150 on Hot Streak, which is an arbitrage bet to all these other sports books, is clearly good. Oh my God. Of course, they're always logging me out. But anyways, I think we'll call it a day for now, but enjoy the afternoon games. We'll probably do a stream before Monday Night Football.